Hi guys, welcome back to Westcliff Collie Pond. I've been missing a couple of weeks, haven't I? 2 weeks in fact. Ever since I posted that last video of the red arrows sideways on. Believe it or not, I sat out here all day long videoing them because they was coming in and out 3 or 4 times during the day. So we sat out here virtually all day videoing them, and then when I put it on, it went on sideways. If I was to say that I was a little bit upset with that video, that would be an understatement. So we're back now. I will say I've been missing mainly because I've got a little bit involved with my kitchen. Totally underestimated the time that would take to put new doors onto old units. Started off fine, you know, within about a week and a half maybe. I was looking at, well, I'm you know, virtually done. And then you start hitting problems. And obviously it's going from old imperial doors and fitting metric or old imperial units and then putting metric doors on. Very tricky. Like drilling to make a template up for the new hinges for the doors. So it's coming along though. And got to the stage now where they were just waiting for worktops, which are coming Wednesday. So today's Tuesday. You see, it's all in really. Everything's done. Everything, sink's gone. Just got to take the hob out. Tuesday night, ready for the tops to go on Wednesday. Now, obviously, I'm not a carpenter, so I was going to get a carpenter in just to do the worktops. Obviously, I can do the straight cuts. This one here, for instance, that's just a 1500 straight cut. And then the off cut from that, because they're going to be 3 meters 800 worktops, the off cut from that will go onto this section there. So really, I just needed a carpenter to do a mason's mitre on this joint here, where this unit comes, or top comes across onto that one. Just do one of these mason's mitres. So I've got 2 quotes from carpenters, and believe it or not, both quotes came in at £450 to do a mason's mitre. Well, yes, I did take a deep breath. So I thought, well, I don't mind, but there's no way I'm paying £450 for a mason's mitre. So, plus the fact is as well, where these tops at the moment, they're ball nose. We're going to have square. So it's going to be a square frontage. I've looked on YouTube and asked a question about mason's mitres on square edge worktops. I tell you what, guys, pop over and have a look. What they do, where this one comes across here, they mark up where the unit comes to here, scribe it down with a Stanley knife, and then with a hot air gun, they take off the laminate off the long edge. Take off the laminate. Obviously, this edge, this long unit, this long length then has got to be cut perfectly to length. and it just slots in underneath. All I really need is obviously the cutouts underneath to put the bolts on. So obviously you need a router, and you need a worktop jig. So what did I do? I had a chat with my neighbour over the back fence there. He said, well, I've got a router you can use. So got his router. All I need now is a worktop jig. So went online, and there was one was. I'll take you into the workshop. Now then, this is a Howden's worktop jig. It's a long one. It does breakfast bars, so it's not just a 600. It actually does 600 units, 900 units worktops, and it also does breakfast bars. So you just cut these out, these keyhole sections, and then hopefully your bolts fit in underneath and clamp up. So I had a little temporary run at it on a piece of scrap worktop, and I ended up with them keyholes. They're a bit big actually, because I used the router bit I used on the first attempt was a bit too big. So I've made that a bit better. I've started using a smaller router bit and refined the holes down quite substantially, quite a bit smaller. So that seems good. Obviously the other thing I've got, the other little problem, is the actual pelmets which go on top of the units. Again, I've got a trusty old chop saw there which seems to be performing okay. Again, all right with the 90 cuts, 90 45s. The 45 cuts not too bad. So I cut a couple up there. They're not fitted yet. I need to go and get myself some mitre bond just to glue the corners up, and they should be fine. So the 90s I think I'll be alright on, the 90 cuts. You know, one way or the other I'm going to get there. It's when you get to these cuts here, when they're on a 45 or a 135, you know what I mean, that they're a bit tricky. But then again, as I say, the pelmet is, I think it works out about 22 quid a length. I said, well, at 22 quid a length, I don't mind making a couple of mistakes. I nearly swore then. I don't mind making a few mistakes. Oh, I've got to thank my my couple of new subscribers. If I find my pad, I might be able to find their names. So we got my very latest subscriber was Charlie Lehman. Thanks, Charlie. I've been over to your channel. I did subscribe to take you up to 66, I believe, 66 subscribers. But I couldn't find any content. I couldn't find any videos. And also, I think my youngest subscriber is my granddaughter Emily's friend, called Lucy Cope. So thank you, Lucy. Much appreciated. If you go around all your school friends and tell them to give me a subscription, I'll give them a shout out on my next video. So, what was that? So, watching Righty this morning. Righty on YouTube. Oh, as I say, if anyone's not been there yet, I'm sure most people have been there. I don't think my little shout out will increase his popularity anymore, but if if you live on Mars and you haven't seen him yet, you've got to get over there. You've got to get over to Righty. What a fantastic video and channel he's got there. I mean, this morning, what was he doing then? Was it that chemical Verisco? Verisco, I think I'm saying it right. For string algae. Now, this pond's been up and running for 2 years. And we have never had any problems with string algae. Never. In the last 3 weeks, it has gone mad. Can't pull it out quick enough. The quicker you pull it out, the quicker it grows. I've got to give these boys something to eat. Sorry about this. Just don't press any buttons while I'm doing it. Yeah, the faster you pull it out, the faster it grows. The wife's here, well, she's coming out 2 or 3 times a day, 4 times a day. Every time she comes out, she comes out with a twiddling stick. The twiddling stick's laying up against the fence here. She comes out here with a twiddling stick and she pulls out all the string algae. It's unbelievable. Doesn't seem to affect these boys though. Ah, look! Do you remember the big iris we had there? We had a massive great iris, which grew right up to the top there. Again, it was inside playing with the kitchen. Wife came in. She went, "Oh, we got a problem here." The iris had slipped. I don't know how it or slipped or fell off of the shelf, and it was the full width across the pond. Well, we could hardly lift it out. Well, we couldn't lift it out. We got an end each. And we had to just roll it out. We couldn't lift it. So we've chopped that up. I was down here with an axe. So obviously we cut all the tops off of it first. And then I was out here with an axe and we've cut that into four sections. Whether any of it goes back in or not, I don't know. So there's one section there. That's the third section, second section. There's a third. Nearly ate all my grapes with cheese and wine. That was very nice. Tomatoes are coming to the end of their life. Yeah, so the only thing I'm worried about is nitrites. Again, the nitrites as low as they've ever been. Never had any real problems with nitrites. So, but they're going down even lower. I'm wondering what difference this iris is going to make now it's gone. Because obviously that helps to keep the water clear. As you can see, the water is actually crystal. Again, we've never had any problems with clarity of water. I don't know whether it's luck or judgment, but something's happening, something's right, something's happening. And we're on top of it. Ow, my brother's goldfish over there. See him over there? Last weekend, here he goes, he's gone behind the pots. Last weekend, he would not come out from behind them pots. Now, when I brought him home from my brother's a year ago, one of my friends said to me about, well, don't just put him in your pond, he said, give him a salt bath. So we stuck him over the back there, in like one of them clear containers in a salt bath, which was I believe it was 4 grams to the gallon. So I left him in there for 3 days actually. Perhaps it was a bit too long, but he popped in there and had no problem with him. As you see, he's hiding. He's gone behind the pots hiding again. But last weekend he would not come out. He wouldn't eat, and he just had the hump. You sort of put your hand in. You could virtually touch him before he came out. So I thought, could he possibly have a fluke? So again, I took him out, done the salt bath again, 2 gallons, 8 grams of salt. I think the last time we done it, we actually put 4 grams of household salt in it. But since then I've learnt different. So we've actually got the proper stuff this time, the pure dried vacuum salt. People were saying how expensive that was. We actually went to our local koi shop. It's more of a garden, it's a garden centre and koi, you know. And they had 25 kilo sacks of that for £10. So I thought, well, I'm having one of them. So anyway, we put him in the bath, a salt bath, and we left him there for 20 minutes. Popped him back in the pond. Boom, he's back to normal. You think, really? Just that 20-minute salt bath has done that? What a success that was. Here's that again, look. He's out, swimming around with the boys. He's feeding normally. I thought I was going to lose him actually. I really did think we was going to lose him because we don't know how old he is. I see, I'm standing here and I can see that string algae. It's even coming up in the bubbles. Look, you see it? It's coming up in the bubbles. I think the pond, the bottom of the pond really does need a vacuum. I'm standing here. That's the bottom drain down here. One. I think we need a good clean up before winter comes on. I know we're only still in autumn, but also, what have we got to talk about? Koi fish Johnny. So good to see him back. A little bit bubbly. Now he's putting his new fish in. And what do you think of the the new name for his new fish he's going to get? Come on, guys. What's his name? Bruce. I'm sure he said it was Bruce. Well, I think all us koi keepers, I think as we buy a new fish, I think we've got to name it Bruce. So we've all got a Brucey in our pond. That'd be good. Yeah, so koi fish Johnny, I think everyone's going to have fish in their ponds called Bruce. Oh, I've got to go back to Righty after he showed us the remedy for stringerweed, or stringer algae as you call it. He popped back into his shed and I thought, what's he got here? It looked like an excerpt from Breaking Bad. There he was, sitting there with a little tub of crystal meths. It looked like there was an excerpt, I say, from Breaking Bad where Walt and Jesse were making up a little batch to go out somewhere. I'm sure it wasn't crystal meth. So look at this stringerweed. Now, son, I'm getting worried. Really. Well, not getting worried, but this I mean, the clarity of this water is absolutely crystal clear. I'm just wondering with that iris that's gone. I'm wondering if I might have a little spike in nitrites or whatever. I say we've always been pretty clear, but only time will tell, isn't it, guys? And a few of the plants have had a second lease of life. This one's coming in from new buds and what's going on? We've got another couple of there ready to pop open. Obviously, it just shows you how mild it is, doesn't it? It'd be lovely if it keeps mild like this. Oh, and also, what we're waiting for? We're waiting for Jamie to come on, don't we? Keeping it coy. He's going to show us an energy saving tip. He did say it was going to come on this morning or yesterday. Oh yeah, because he was on Saturday Night Live, wasn't he, at Pond and Garden? And he said he was going to put it up on Sunday, his new video, which didn't happen, and it's still not there today. So he's keeping us in suspense, isn't he? He's keeping us in suspense to see this energy saving device. So we're all sitting here with bated breath. Jamie, get it on. I can't believe the size these are getting. My little grow and show, he's well, he's coming on a treat. My little grow, there he is, isn't it? There's Sid from Sid Cup. They're just eating everything in sight. Melon. They've actually discovered that they like oranges now. So they're doing an orange a day, 2 halves of orange. They are now doing 2 melons a week. But everywhere's running out of melons. Tesco have got no melon. Been online trying to track it down. I went out last weekend up to town, one of the one of the outdoor stores, like European. They do everything, all European curries and everything. Do all sorts of weird sort of vegetables, and they do them massive great melons. Huge. They normally sell them by the quarter. They look like they're about 2 foot long. So I said, how much do they like the big ones? Like the whole one. £20 for a melon. I said, oh no, I'm not paying £20 for a melon. I know they'd eat it, but I said no, I'll have 2 of the smaller ones. So I had 2 small ones for £8 each. No, sorry, £4 each. £4 each. So that'll keep them munching away. I think I've got half a melon left. Ordered a new one today from Tesco's in the delivery. Boom, out of stock. That thing is getting ginormous. And him. Look at the width of his back. Sakiakari. Can't recommend it enough. They do like it. They're a bit pricey, but they do like it. Look at him. So anyway, I don't know how I'm going to get on with these worktops when they come on Wednesday. I did pop into Adam's Saturday morning and ask if it was a 1-man delivery or 2-man delivery. Oh no, she said it's only a 1-man delivery. I said, oh right, great. So she said, I said, well I'll be there. She went, oh give your hand. She went, you won't just leave it on the doorstep. Oh, that's good. So, the problem being, as I say, they're 3 metres, 800 long. They are quite lumpy old units to carry in. So, we've got to carry them from the front drive down there, up the drive, into the garden. It's just as well we've got this alleyway really, because I don't think we'd get them through the front door and round the hallway. So at least we've got plenty of space where we can walk through, get it up into the garden and then into the kitchen. I say ideally I could do with about 2 or 3 trestles to actually lay them on top of, but I've only got one Black & Decker workmate. I don't know, perhaps I might be able to shoot off and get a couple of cheap ones somewhere. So all the walls are ready to go, that's ready for tiling. I say we've got rid of that horrible corner unit there, which nothing really fitted it, all there was pots and pans in there. So this wall's going to be decorated, this one's going to be decorated, that's plasterboarded. That one's going to be decorated where it was all tiled before. I've taken that wall out as well. That's all plasterboarded, that's going to be decorated. So just the grey will be tiled. I think we've decided on the tiles. I think they're going to be, you know, like, they're not the underground tiles because they're not beveled, so they're just, and they're longer. So have I got one here? Yes, I've got one. They're longer than the normal underground tiles. Oh. So you've got a long tile like that, but they're not, there's no bevel. And the grout will be one of these greys, I believe. Are we going the lighter grey or darker grey, Doreen? The mid grey. So the mid grey. So not that light grey, not that dark grey. We're going to go for that mid grey grout. So that'll be interesting. I do like a bit of tiling though. So that's that. So hopefully, well, seeing as I've been away for 2 weeks and I've not posted a video, I might be popping in and out as we go along with this. My wife's going to be lifting up the worktops for me because she's stronger than me at the moment, so she can be lifting up the worktops and I can video. I mean that long one, the 3 metres 800, it goes from that corner there and it comes right the way through to halfway across this unit. Comes to there. That's 3 metres 800. And that is going to be a lump. But the thing is, we can't just lift it on because I've got to muck around cutting the jig with a jig and cutting the holes out for the bolts. This is going to have to come on and off maybe 3 times. Whoop. I keep going fuzzy, guys, I don't know why that is. It may have to come off 2 or 3 times. This one's not so bad, this length here. That's going to be finishing just about underneath that first plug there. Before they went right out, but it's going to be finishing shorter. That's no problem, that's just got to be lifted on and a bit of laminate cut off or peeled back. It looks quite easy, just put a hot air gun on it and peel the edge back. I've tried it on a piece of this old stuff, what's already here, and yeah, it came off a treat. But rather than use an air gun, we put an iron on it. The wife's got a steam iron. So we just put an iron on it, got it red hot or hot, and it came off a treat. Just put a chisel behind it and it came off good. So out of the kitchen, because we keep going fuzzy, and I'll see if I can think of anything else to waffle about when we come back. Vince's, oh, what about Vince? Over at Twisted Towers, he's getting on well with that filter house, the 8-block filter house. Really coming on a treat. I'm going to get in touch with Vince shortly. I think I've got his number. If you watch this, Vince, let us know. I've got your I've actually got your phone number from a previous encounter when we were suffering with fluke. I wonder if just let me know if it's okay to phone you, and then I can phone you and we can talk privately about your burger visit. That'd be good. Anyway, once again, guys, I think I'm going to end this one here while I'm winning, and hopefully I can get this one loaded up the right way round and it don't go sideways. Yeah, so once again, thanks for me couple of new subscribers, particularly Lucy Cope. Thank you very much, and we'll see you all on the next one, guys.